Hi, everybody. It's me, Karen, and this is the Curiosity and Consciousness podcast, which, if you're watching on video, it's also on video now on YouTube. So, hello, if you can see me. And I just wanted to come on and talk about something that's been really moving through me today in a big way. Lots of things are landing, and yes, it has to do with this device, but not only this one, the new LUMA bottle, and I'm talking about the cell power bottle from LumiVitae, if you can't see me, the hydrogen water bottle, which yes, there are other hydrogen water bottles. I'm not talking about them. I'm talking specifically about LumiVitae because of their frequencies, the energy, the intention, everything, the science, the people they work with, how they're made, who they're made by, and all of it. So they're not all the same. I may say hydrogen bottle, but I'm specifically talking about this. I've had feedback from others who've tried other things and they're like, I felt nothing. And I'm like, yeah, I'm not surprised. Most of them create nothing. This is certified to create therapeutic levels of molecular hydrogen. Okay. So anything I talk about when I talk about hydrogen water, throw it away when it comes to everything else, bar LumiVitae, because I'm not talking about those. So I just wanted to say that first. And if you hear the dog grunting in the background, there's a dog grunting in the background. So what landed again for me today was so powerful. I was feeling so wrecked and so tired. I went to lie down. I went into this kind of lucid dream state, if that's what you call it. And it was like epiphany after epiphany after epiphany, realizations, downloads, things connecting. Since this came into my life over 7 months ago, even from the very start, at the very beginning, within a month, so much was happening for me. A month after I got these wellness tools, I recorded a session called Activate Your Highest Frequency, Activate Your Highest Timeline. And that's what these were doing. They're bringing us into such coherence with ourselves that we are literally activated into our highest timeline. I also said in that call that I could see on a cellular level how this water was going into every single one of our 50 to 70 trillion cells and fine tuning them. I even used the words like a pitchfork, like and tuning them up, dissolving, clearing what's not meant to be there so the right frequency can be turned on again. I actually said this, and that was so on the money. And here I am 7 months later, having that expanded and embodied in a whole new level. I've also called this tool, this vessel, an initiation tool. It's called an illumination tool. I've referred to it like a rocket. I have told people who have joined, I'm like, I am so excited to welcome you on this journey to see what unfolds for you. It's known as magic water. It's known as liquid light. And it's so individual and adaptive to how it works to every single body, because we are all individual and we all have individual imbalances. So I get so excited when someone joins, when someone feels a pull, because it's not about a product. It's about your own personal journey to your own greatest, highest self. So all of that was true. And then today, in my kind of lucid dream state, I saw it. I was like, oh my God, it's literally like a time travel device. But it's not time we're traveling, it's frequency we're shifting through. I also said in that very first call, when these came into my life and I started taking them and I experienced the shift for myself and my body, I said they're unlike anything I've ever tried my whole entire life. And I've tried a lot of things. And they were confirmation to me of the new earth, the new timeline, the new consciousness, the new way of living and experiencing life as a human, a conscious, awake human. These were the first products, wellness tools ever to confirm that we had shifted into that consciousness. Again, this is all feeling so true on a whole other level. So this is a frequency travel device. With every single charge of this water that I have been drinking consistently all day, every day for the last 7 months, I have been bathing every 50 trillion cells with pure, clean light. Molecular hydrogen is the smallest, most abundant molecule in the universe that created the whole universe. It is pure frequency and energy. And after having spent a week at Dr. Joe's retreat and seen all the science, frequency informs matter. Frequency, the invisible, the void, the unknown, energy, the thought, the field creates all matter. Matter, this 3D world we're in, does not create the field. Everything comes from frequency. Everything comes from an energy, a pattern, a frequency that holds information. That when it passes through the speed of light, that everything has to pass through as the frequency slows down, as it passes through the speed of light and the frequency gets slower and slower and slower, it appears as something. It appears as something we can see in our eye, because again, with our eyes, we're not actually seeing things as they are. We are seeing fractals of light being reflected that our brain makes an image of based off of past experiences. I've read that before about our eyes. And when I read that last year, I don't know how I came across that science, that report, and was like, oh, because I was looking up macro degeneration or something like that, because I was doing a medical intuition scan for a friend, and that's what I was being shown, even though I didn't know what that is. So I went and looked it up afterwards. And that's when they spoke about the eye and the retina and the different parts and how it's literally just taking in light. It's literally just taking in different frequencies and forming a pattern inside. And again, was like oh my God, this all really is a hologram. So it passed through the speed of light, and as it slows down, that frequency goes slower and slower and slower and slower. It forms matter. And that's why when we want to change, we can change matter to matter. We can change the 3D, but huge effort. And this is Dr. Joe's work. You go to the field, you go to where it all starts, you paint a new picture there, you see it as real, you think the elevated thoughts, you feel the elevated emotions, and that frequency will get slower and slower and form matter and cause changes in this 3D hologram. So all of this was happening for me. And this again, liquid light. I could see it as liquid light. I was like, there is something here that I don't fully understand, that I still don't fully understand, but Jesus, I get it. I feel it inside. It is so massive. And I know this is where I need to be. But every time I was like, yes, I felt a whole litany of physical, mental, emotional benefits. My nervous system is more regulated than ever. My intuition, my energy, my brain has never been sharper. The clarity in my mind, the consistent energy all day. My digestion is better. I've less aches and pains. I can exercise for longer. I recover quicker. Like my quality of sleep is better. The list of physical benefits and like that emotional, because my nervous system is so regulated. I feel so supported. Like nothing can take me offline. I'm no longer in survival. I'm in pure connection to myself, the higher truth. Yes, I have moments, but I don't stay there. So I can go on and on and on about all those physical and mental benefits. And I have mentioned them, but still, I was like, but there's something else. There is something else that is confirmation of the new earth that is so potent, that is so powerful, that is so intangible that I can't yet put words in it, but I can feel it. And that was the piece that's really interesting for me, because I've been so into frequency, energy, consciousness for years and years and years and years. My podcast for years has been called Curiosity and Consciousness. I've called myself a conscious life coach. All of it, inside out coach, is all because of that consciousness, energy, frequency. So what dropped in today finally was that, again, this is it's like a time travel tool, but it's not time we're traveling, it's frequency we're traveling. With every single charge, every time I'm taking it, it is changing the frequency, changing the frequency, changing the frequency, changing the frequency inside of me. But it's so subtle and it's so gradual that it is causing you to become the best, most authentic version of yourself, because we are spirit in form, as my tattoo says. We are divine. We are the light having a human experience. And this clears away, clears away, clears away, changes the frequency of the cell, which is the ultimate truth of all the work I do. And even as Dr. Joe says, change your energy, change your life. That's where it has to start. And that's been my work for years. That's the intention behind my coaching, behind breath work, behind rapid tapping, behind theta healing. All of it changes our frequency. Now, the big difference is we can change it, we can feel it, but then holding it for me has been a challenge as well. Whereas this, I can drink it all day, every day. And I'm gradually elevating without having to do anything else. But if you already live a life where you are conscious, where you exercise, where you eat well, it will amplify all of that work as well. So it's not to say it's the only thing. No, we still need to look after ourselves. We still need to change our mind, do our inner work, heal, create new visions for ourselves, exercise, eat healthily, drink proper water, meditate, and all of the wellness stuff. But this is like just gives it all that extra boost. And, like the last podcast I recorded, the one thing I have changed in the last 7 months to how I live has been so simple, has been this. I just drink this water instead. And my life has just completely changed. I've completely changed. Not that I've changed, I have become more of who I am. And that's the greatest gift all of us can bring to the world. And that's what and how it works so individually for every single person, because we all came here to be the expression of the divine that is moving through each of us, because the divine moves through me, it moves through you, it moves through every single person. But when we get so separated, when we don't live from that consciousness, when we have forgotten that information, because we all forget when we come into a human body, but if we don't do the inner work and take that journey, which the inner journey is the richest journey and the richest of richest things you will ever experience in your whole entire life. If we don't do that, we will completely feel separated, and then it's suffering and it's density and it's harder. But even if you are in that space, even if you have no daily practice, even if you have no conscious awareness, even if you don't eat healthily, even if you don't exercise, even if you don't meditate, even if you don't journal, even if you don't do anything like that yet, this will still support you. This will still help to tune your individual cells to a higher frequency. It will still shift and shift and shift and shift and shift and shift. Yes, it may take longer. Yes, it'll be subtle. Yes, you may have more detox experiences in between, but this is what it does. It's a tuning fork. It is frequency shifting, frequency shifting, frequency shifting. And like any inner work, when we start to feel the shift, which you will, when we start to feel it and we feel that moment of, ooh, I feel a bit better, we want to keep doing that. So this as well, for someone who has no conscious awareness or no daily practice or is not in any way healthy either, this is a powerful gateway. It's a powerful doorway to feel better, because it's the way it works. It will work on your fundamental frequency and baseline. And when that begins to elevate and you're literally in a different state of consciousness, you are in a different frequency. So you are at a different vibration and connecting into literally a different vibration in your 3D reality. You will want to add in other things. You may all of a sudden want to be like, I feel like going for a walk, or I feel like a salad today. And that's the best way change can happen. Not an all or nothing, not everything at once. I've tried it. It doesn't work. Loads of people have tried it. It doesn't work. It is the seemingly tiny, inconsequential micro steps that when they start to compound and we're literally vibrating at a different frequency to how we were when all we wanted to eat was shit all the time and sugar and carbs or whatever. And we've all been there, like, oh, who cares? But if you want to change, you start with something. And once you start to begin that, to feel that little shift, you will want to keep going. And then you will see new things in your reality, because again, we're always reflecting ourselves to ourselves. So when we're in a really low vibe, crappy state, we just see more low vibe, crappy things reflected back to us. When we begin to elevate, whether consciously or unconsciously, you will begin to see new things reflected back to you, new possibilities that were always there because everything always exists, new possibilities that you didn't see before because you were not in that frequency. And the last piece that dropped in so clearly, that was like the confirmation of why this is a product, a device of the new earth. And not this one. This one is amazing, but actually it's even connecting to LUMA, the one that hasn't even launched yet, the one I don't even have in my physical hands, but I can feel the energy of it already. I can feel the frequency shift with it already, and I could feel it. It was starting to come through for me in Dr. Joe's retreat, because I mean, we were hanging out in the nothing and all the frequency all week, and I could feel it. This is potent. The next LUMA bottle is just the next evolution of this, because they've got so much clearer on what it is they're working with, how to make even higher, more potent, cleaner levels of molecular hydrogen, tweaking the frequencies even more to make them even more potent and aligned with the human body in exactly the frequency that we need in morning, midday, dusk, dawn. Like, talk about next level coherence. But the last piece that dropped in that tied it all together for me was Einstein's quote of, I hope I get this right, future medicine will be the medicine of frequencies. I'm nearly shaken as I say this. Future medicine is the medicine of frequencies. This is exactly that. This is a frequency medicine device. This is frequency medicine right here, right now, that I said last July in my online session that I did, that this is, I could see it happening. Again, I'm very visual. I've been told time and time again that my gift is divination. I can see the future before it happens, and that's been true. My whole life, I have pivoted before the masses. I started coaching online before it was done. I started working out at home before it was done. I started using Zoom when everyone thought I was crazy before the pandemic. I was already set up. I'd already transitioned to online work. I was already familiar with Zoom. I was already exercising at home. And I've had so many situations and scenarios of that in my life that I've been laughed at all the time, every time. People laughed at me. Even when I said, oof, must be 15 years ago, at least 12 years ago, when I sat around with a table of friends, they were talking about cancer, and I said, someone was diagnosed who were ultimately super healthy on the outside, ticked all the boxes, never did X, Y, and Z. And I said, yeah, but we don't know what they're living with inside, because there is always an emotional, energetic, spiritual, psycho-spiritual root as well. They laughed at me. They thought I was absolutely crazy. Now we know that's true. That's true for everything. So I've always been positioned before the masses that now even, I don't know, it's not Karen. And even I think it's crazy sometimes, but it always is confirmed to me further down the line. And I'm telling you, this is frequency medicine. This is the future of medicine right here, which actually back in 2007, when the seminal paper was published in Nature Medicine Journal, which is one of the most prestigious medicine journals on the planet, back in 2007, a Japanese doctor, Dr. Shiego Ota, in his seminal paper that he published on molecular hydrogen research that put molecular hydrogen research on the map back in 2007, almost 20 years ago, he is even quoted as saying in that paper that molecular hydrogen has the potential to revolutionize modern medicine as we know it. And we're in that period. The time has come. This is now. It is frequency medicine. And, I want to get very clear as well about that word medicine, because I'm not against allopathic care. I believe it is life-saving, it is interventional, it is beyond incredible what we can do with it. Do I believe it's the solution? I've said this before. Do I believe it's the solution for modern humanity and chronic lifestyle issues and where we've gotten to as a species and been so disconnected from our truth? And do I see it as actually a potent solution? No, no, because it's not, because it doesn't work for that. It's built for interventional life-saving situations. It is not built for lifestyle issues and chronic issues. It is a symptom management. It is a disease management protocol that they take with chronic issues, which doesn't work. We have never had more medicines and more studies and more research and more pills, yet we've never been sicker. It's time people will wake up and see it doesn't work. We have to change fundamentally the energy, the frequency that our cells are in, the traumas, the emotions that we're holding. That all has to change. Change your energy, change your life. Change from the field, change at the frequency level, not just 3D matter level, because that's just managing symptoms. And also, the word medicine has been robbed from us. Medicine is not just a pill. Medicine is laughter. Medicine is community. Medicine is sunshine. Medicine is nature. Medicine is dancing. Medicine is hanging with friends. Medicine is good food. Medicine is water. Medicine is so many things that indigenous cultures, that ancient wisdom knew and held and worked with. And we need to reclaim the word medicine. So many things are medicine. We are actually the medicine. We are fundamentally the medicine, the only thing we need. We are it. You are the medicine. I am the medicine in my life. My body already has the intelligence, the blueprint, the inner pharmacy to heal, to change, to regenerate anything. And this will become more evident as well as we move into this new timeline and space and consciousness. More and more will be revealed. It's always been there. We are it. Every shaman I've ever sat with in ayahuasca and this, that, and the other, and he'd be like, but you are the medicine. And I didn't get it because I was like, how could that be? I'm taking this plant. I don't understand what's happening. But we are. Dr. Joe was taught as well how to change our energy, how to activate our own inner pharmacy. We are it. And that is exactly what this does as well. It activates our own inner pharmacy. It activates and brings us back to our own original soul blueprint and frequency. It's not the hydrogen that's doing it per se, because it's the body that knows. The hydrogen is just like the vacuum. It's just cleaning up what's not meant to be there so the body can remember, so the body can come back online, so the cells can start producing health, vitality, energy, wellness again. Because it's there, but it's just covered, it's just overburdened. And that's what this is. It is a frequency medicine tool, device, best investment, easiest change, simplest thing you will ever do to tune yourself back to the truth of who you are. And from there, I mean, magic unfolds. Like I say, and when anyone inquires to me and if they feel the pull, I'm like, because I didn't know. I didn't know. I thought it was marketing hype. But I know not to listen to my head. I thought it was an insane price. But I know not to let that block me. That's just a limit. I listened to my heart that was pulling me, that was telling me I needed this, even though I had no idea what it was. And that's all I say to anyone. If you are curious, if you feel like there's something in you going, ooh, not that I need this, but ooh, I have to try this. There's something here for me. It's because you're ready. It's because you get to experience your own unfolding and your next level in the way that is divinely right and divinely led and guided for you. And again, until the 3rd of March, LUMA, the new iteration sister bottle of this, is in pre-launch. And if you feel a pull, I will get it at the pre-launch price because it is absolutely incredible. Even when it launches at full price, it is the best investment you will ever make, hands down. I know that. I know that because of what will shift for you, what you will experience, which I don't know what you'll experience per se, but I know it will unfold in the divine, right, exact way for you because your body holds your intelligence. And it is so adaptive, this molecular hydrogen, that it works with you uniquely, it works with me uniquely, it works with everyone uniquely because it is of the universe. It is the most abundant molecule in the universe. It is the pure frequency of the unknown, that when we bring that into our physical body, it will produce what we came here to produce. And that might not make sense, but so it's coming through. So that's what this is. It's frequency wellness. It's frequency medicine. It is the future. It is the timeline that we're in because we're all so overburdened. Because I did all the things. I didn't think I needed it, but oh my God, it's just such another level and frequency and consciousness that we're in that actually, yes, we do. It is like that. It's like a time travel device, but it's so subtle and I get so excited to welcome someone into their own journey, and I get so excited to see what will unfold for them because it's source. It is bringing back ancient wisdom and source and frequency and light and everything that is our true selves. And again, it works in helping release what's burdening ourselves. So that divine intelligence and light, and again, water, maybe I said this last time, is slowed down light. But actually, everything is slowed down light. Everything is slowed down light. Everything is slowed down frequency. So when we are ingesting this, we are bringing that back into our body. And when our body has the right tools, again, I've said this for years, it knows what to do. And when it comes fully back online and fully into coherence and out of survival and into thriving and energy and light and alignment and coherence, it's when our highest timeline is activated. So that's what's coming through. And I leave this with you. If you have any questions, reach out, support@karenmaloney.com. Go to my website, karenmaloney.com. Follow me on Instagram. I'm always sharing shorter bits there. I've realized I'm really a long form person. You know, I struggle with marketing, with Instagram, with 1 minute. I'm here to share, speak long form, educate. And so that's why the podcasts are a good outlet as well. But go to my Instagram. It's just at Karen Maloney with a hyphen, not a hyphen, an underscore at the end of the Y. And check out what's happening over in Instagram. Talk to you soon. Bye.